I'm Vercoil, and this is part 13 of Call of Cthulhu. The fight with the Shambler is well underway. Well, underway, not well. Oh wow, it's coming this way. I just... Woo! Get in the closet, get in the closet. Oh, it saw me. It totally saw me then. Oh god. Could you please go? Just go. Count 2, 5, right? 3, 4, 5. Okay, Pierce can't take any more. Out! Ooh. I don't know where it's going to show up next. Very not pleased. That's not it. 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 I bet you it's got to be over the other side, right? Yep. I knew it. Shit, there it is. Quick, into the cupboard. Hold out for a little bit. Can't pierce, you good. Come on, dude. Okay, we gotta get out. Oh, it's nearby. I can feel it. Is that it?
That maybe.
That's it.
I can use this dagger.
Ooh, okay, this way. Go on this way. Oh, boy, it's right behind me. It's also faster than me. Alright. Jam the knife into the painting, please. Do it. Yes! Wrong dagger. Right?
Damn it!
Great. Then why'd you pick it up? Why were we all like, yeah, this is the dagger, when it's obviously not the dagger? Pierce! You failed us! Alright. It's definitely over that side. With the creature. Which is great. Woo! Where is it? There it is. And it's spotted me. Hello, you disgustoid. Beast. That's not it. That's not it. That's it! It's right behind me! It's right behind me! It's right behind me! Oh, run!
Looks different.
Yeah, it's the one! That's because it's the dagger, Pierce! It's the dagger! Jam it with the painting, Pierce! Jam it with the painting, Pierce! Do it! Do it! Yes! Yes! Success! No, 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 no. Yes, get away from me. Be expelled, demon. Exorcised. Oh no, that's bad. Slash Pierce. Slash. Slash. Pierce. Yes. Oh boy. I have exorcised the demon. Oh shit. Pierce, take the arm off, Pierce. Use the dagger. Just stab yourself. Do it. Do it. Do it!
What's the matter with you?
Damn it! That's a trauma. Well, she saw none of that? Really? The demon running
sure
around?
You won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
Wasn't the bottle?
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Yes. The painting was cursed.
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
What, really? Wait. You knew about the monster?
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
Yep.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
Oh. And you give this information free of charge?
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
She totally knew about that asshole. Wait, is that the... Was that where the cylinder was that I lifted? The Shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the nameless bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. Algernon was the name of the fellow covered in ritualistic tattoos and iconography who was in the bar muttering about a book that was sentient and looking for a reader. Yay. We've already gotten one trauma from one book. Well, that's not good. This is not good. Sort of gave away your position there, Pierce. Okay.
Where's the bookseller?
He's here. Don't worry. He's probably going to pop out from somewhere, like some sort of macabre.
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
Well, he's not wrong. This practical work, written by Sigmund Freud for psychologists, describes the techniques of analytical interpretation of dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. You'd be surprised, Pierce. So there's a... No, not that. That. Thank you, Pierce. So there's going to be some knowledge books hidden around this place for sure. What's this?
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
The pastor declared himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth. The Leviathan was brainwashing the entire island through their dreams. I don't know how this Leviathan is associated with Cthulhu, but I think we're probably going to find out. For sure. I just looked at the timer and saw that my battle with the nameless Greebly, the Shambler, didn't actually take very long. Right, something glowing on that shelf. So where is the bookseller? What have we here? History of Darkwater, Volume 2. A Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood settled on the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They believed it was because of the peculiar colour of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviours. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century. What a surprise. So they mentioned, the Hawkins Manor, we've been there. We've been to the tunnels. The church and the cemetery are in the same age, so they're probably all connected through that tunnel system because there were other paths. The way we took out was not the only one. Alright, where's this bookseller? Is he creeping? He's totally creeping here somewhere. Let's have a look. Let's browse the wares while we wait. Ah, Breviary of Medicine, Tome 3. After even a few years back, it was possible for a single practitioner to know all the medical knowledge of his time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that this is now virtually impossible. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting together this collection. Excellent. I do like free stats. Though medicine and occultism aren't really free, because I have to put a lot of work into finding them. Though they do seem to just sort of leap out at us.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
Stanzas of Daizan. That's what he said, right, Daizan? These Tibetan writings are at the origin of the esoteric movement founded by Helena Blavatsky at the end of the 19th century. The creator of Theosophy would have drawn extensively on the texts of this work, but no one has ever been able to consult them. I thought they didn't exist. This book, discovered in the nameless bookstore on Darkwater, could be as much a fake as irrefutable proof of Blavatsky's sincerity. Ooh. Ooh, occultism's growing a bit fast. I don't like that. 2 points. Okay, what? 6 points, 6 points, 6 points, 6 points. Yeah, spot hidden's nearly maxed. Psychology, I should start increasing psychology. Maybe strength. Put points in strength because I'm sure that's going to actually come in handy soon. It can't be too long yet until we start getting into places we can't quickly escape. What's this? You know what? We've already read the Malleus Bestiarium. Read. Hang on. It's the Malleus Bestiarium. You know what? Read it again.
What does this strange book contain?
This will affect your destiny.
It contains unholy knowledge.
This collection catalogues and classifies creatures that I have never heard of, divinities from the stars, creatures capable of travelling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as the reference work on the bestiary of the myth, without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. Its pages are covered with phantasmagorical illustrations. That is a trauma, surely. We'll find out in a second. What's this? Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection, Book 2. As precise and illustrated with as much detail as the first volume, this book focuses on healing surgeries specific to malformations and motor disorders. Ah! Well, burnt my fingers. That was good. Thank you, Pierce. I appreciate the fact that you did that by your own volition. Okie dokie, so... Bookseller's here somewhere. Hello, bookseller. Just quickly look in your behind the counter area. We'll go through the other door first. Plenty of time. Hello. Astronomy. Well, there's a map to other dimensions. It will be here, surely. Found nothing so far, but we know for nearly a certainty that this fellow has a Necronomicon here somewhere. For I know of no other book that actively yearns for viewers, readers, and such. Darkwater History, Volume 4. In the 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the water surrounding Darkwater. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because, up till then, the region was a favoured refuge for cetaceans. In 1847, after months of pursuit, Scylla returns to port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling vessel. That didn't say that the beast was dead. Everyone would have assumed it was dead. But we've sort of had signs that it isn't.
What happened here?
Oh. Oh. Well, whatever's behind that painting, it doesn't look good. Reconstruction time.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from?
Front door, broken glass, blood on the ground.
Seems like amateur work.
Like a cultist. Okay. So, didn't see that before.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
How'd you know he was tall? Short people have big feet, man. That's a clownish mistake. Oh, that was terrible. I apologize. Nah, I don't.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
So... that was what you got out of medicine? I suppose he didn't glass himself. So there's the painting here. There's nothing else in the room active at this moment. What's that?
What killed all these animals?
Are those roaches? And beetles and rats.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene?
A desperate one.
What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
I know exactly what made him flee before he finished the work. He got into the painting, and the sign, elder sign sigil, was just there. Oh. Hello, Mr. Man.
What the? Charles Hawkins?
Whoa. How'd you get that? Judging by the flickers, I'd say the elder sign is having some sort of effect on his mind. Probably because this reconstruction ability may not be entirely normal. And Charles is about to turn and look at us, is my bet.
Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins.
Yep. Sarah Hawkins. She's the one who drew the elder sign as a protective measure on the vault. And that book is not promising.
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
Wasn't the painting she did then. Unless you count the actual painting as the sigil. That's the Necronomicon, that's gotta be. Whoa, yep.
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
The bookkeeper's here now, right? He's got a serious... oh, hello. Occult power.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here.
Yep.
Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Yep. Alright, he's going to be here when I get out of the trance. Okay, he was touching that book though, wasn't he? Let's have a quick... Oh, hello, there's now stuff everywhere.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Things that should not be. Arkham edition. The University of Arkham. 1 second. A collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilmoth, professor at Miskatonic University. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural. Albert Wilmoth was a main character in at least one of the stories. It might be multiple. He was
How many volumes are there in this collection?
A lot. Aurea Linda. Yeah, he was as it said, a professor at Arkham. He encountered many things. An ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. The text claims that, in the distant past, Europe and other continents were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover, that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology. Yep. Yes, I do recall something about the Frisians, but not much.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
The Corpus Hermeticum. Written by Hermes Trismegistus. Hang on. Trismegistus. Translated and edited by Nathaniel M. Coppelius. This collection of texts on different beliefs was written by a legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, a popular text among 16th century alchemists. Yes, I recall mention of that. I can't remember which tale, but it did involve the fact that I think it actually outright mentioned the Philosopher's Stone.
Arkham Editions.
Oh god.
Never heard of him.
Azathoth and the Other Horrors. A collection of poems by Edward Pickman Derby. Thanks, Pickman. Also known as the Nightmare Lyrics, this collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Derby was only 18 years old. Urgh.
How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
The Key of Solomon. A book of spells supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon. It contains various rituals of invocation and rituals of curse. Re-edition by Claudia D. Waits, based on L.W. de Lawrence's original. I'm pretty sure Arkham deliberately dumbed down the rituals and curses and such, so normal people didn't just cause horrors to appear every 3 seconds.
Arkham editions? Never heard of him.
Massa de Requiem per Shugay. Opera in 8 acts by Benvenuto Chieti Rodigera. An infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing. Right.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
The Prophecies. A collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse, written by Nostradamus, translated by E. Leone and Theophilus, yep, Widebridge. That's a hell of a name. So I checked those ones, didn't I? I'll just quickly check to see if there's any others around, because those may be a clue, but they're pretty important. Nope, seems to be mostly in the back room, which makes sense if they are sensitive, which they seem to be. Okay, so let's have a quick looky-loo. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection, Book 1. The least that can be said about this book is that its title is well conceived. The illustrations of human anatomy and dissection methods presented are illustrated in great detail. You have to have a strong heart or the detachment proper to doctors to consult its pages. So I thought I'd recovered that book before now, but I guess not. Oh. I'll get back to that in a second, because that seems important.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
The Key of Riley file. This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch whose purpose is to push back the forces of the Great Old Ones were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips off to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. He knew about it. He may have even been aware of the effect on his mind.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
You know, glass houses and all that, Pierce, but yes, there's a reason for that. Those are schematics of a flying ship. Cool. Anything in there? Nope. So there's 2 things left. There is the note behind the bookcase and the safe itself. Got a little more time, so...
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
The editions of the Arkham collection, right? A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If someone finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality in order that they may be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, and even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University of Arkham. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you'll be able to appreciate the danger that this represents and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from your actions. Thanks, Drake. Algernon, you are a wonderful individual, and you have doomed me. Okay, so where life and study combine in the... Greek world. Okay, so... cylinders. Right. So... I can't seem to access the books anymore. I thought it might have something to do with the books on anatomy and theosophy, but... so it's got to be in the main room then. Cylinders. Hi. Okie dokie then. It's got to be those books. But let's have a look what else is around first before I start trying to read the spines of all of the Arkham Edition books. Anyway, oh, hello. Aha!
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Oh. Isn't that interesting? That wasn't... anatomy? I suppose. So what's to stop the other cultists from showing up? I mean, just because Big Man himself couldn't physically touch the safe doesn't mean that the others could not do the job.
Things are not looking good.
No. That is complete check, is it not? Yeah. Oh no, that's the Queen, isn't it? The White Queen. Where's the White King? That's, I imagine I have to place that on the board to do something. Interesting. Anyway. That's enough for this one, I guess. This has been part 13 of Call of Cthulhu. I've been Vercoil, and... yes. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it. Not much happened this time, but you have to lay the groundwork sometimes, alright? Gotta get the mood in and read the books and gain knowledge on esoteric abominations. So, where was I? Ending. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't like it. Leave a comment. Subscribe, maybe, because I'm on this train till the very end. So, thanks for watching. Bye.